I'm Laura, a Solution Architect here at Matillion. Today we're going to look at the Hubspot query component for Matillion ETL for Redshift. So let's get started. The Hubspot query component is available in an orchestration job in the Load Unload Components folder. And then under the CRM and Marketing Automation folder, we can simply select the component and drag it onto the screen where required. You can connect the component up to the start component, and now we're ready to configure the properties for the Hubspot query component. The first thing we need to select on the Hubspot query component is the authentication. For this, we need to authenticate Matillion to access our Hubspot data. Further details on this is available from our support centre. In the component, we can simply select the authentication we've got configured. And now in the data source drop-down, we've got a list of all of the data sources available to us in our Hubspot site. Today I'm going to bring through some contacts. And now from our contacts, we can select which fields we want to bring through into a new Redshift table. I can also search these contacts. This will form a new table in our Redshift database. We're now prompted to give a name of this table. And to give an S3 bucket where we want to stage the data via. And finally, before I run this component, I can change the limit. This limit restricts the number of rows of data that are returned. So let me change from the default of 100. And now the component is green, I can simply right-click on the component and select Run Component. As this is running, we can see that Matillion is streaming the data from Hubspot into a file on our S3 bucket. And once that file has been completed and has all of the records that we require in it, it will copy the contents of that file down into a new Redshift table. So now we can see it's taken just over a minute to load our 10,000 rows of data. I can view this data in a transformation job in Matillion. We can view this data using a table input component to bring the data in from our Redshift table. We select our table, and then let's bring through all columns from that table. Now in the Sample tab, we can see a sample of this data, and we can see the number of rows of data that we've got here. We can then do some transformations on this data as we require. So in this particular example, I'm going to use the aggregate component. I want to say I want my data to flow from my contacts into my aggregate component. Then I want to aggregate the contacts by company name. And then I want to count the email addresses, so we can see the number of email addresses we've got per company in Hubspot. I can then sample this data again. And here we can see the list of distinct companies we've got, and then the number of email addresses we've got from that company. I hope you found that helpful. For further details of Matillion ETL for Redshift, or to launch a free 14-day trial of the product, please see our page on the AWS Marketplace or visit us at matillion.com. Thank you.